Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Andrew and welcome back to Prison Architect. It has been a while since we have returned to the glorious Prison Builder. If you haven't played Prison Architect before, I do highly recommend you guys give it a shot and take a look down in the description where you can go and get the game for yourself. Anyway, let's go and get into the game and actually talk about what our objective is for this playthrough. Okay, so here we are in the middle of the game. So as you can tell, we are actually playing Warden Mode. I haven't played Warden Mode in actually quite a long time, so this is going to be interesting. Now, there are a few things that are different about this campaign that I will be going over the course of this episode and potentially throughout the series. We do have a couple mutators enabled, and as you can tell, we are on a snowbound plot. Right now, our current cash flow is about $1,400 a day. Current intake is $2,000. Outtake is, or cash out is $600. We'll need to do some bureaucratic nature once when we get that. Now, I want to explain the mutators first. I have a total of about 8 mutators enabled. A lot of them will be bringing a good challenge. So the first one is fast walking. Fast walking is more so a quality of life mutator because frankly, I'd rather not have to be taking forever in a day to walk from one side of the prison all the way over to the other side. Granted, we are inside of Warden Mode, but this is mostly just to help out our staff members so that way they can get all of the tasks done around the actual property quicker. Okay. Second of all, we have no pausing. So I can't go ahead and pause the game at all because the game won't allow me to. That is one of the mutators right there as well. Third one is Contraband Scanners. When we eventually get metal detectors, we are going to go ahead and have those being able to detect contraband as well. So that is something we're going to need to keep in mind when we are creating our reception area. Then we also have old school intake, which is what you can kind of see right here. I can't research anything to go and change intake, so we are always going to be getting people no matter what. So we're going to be getting 12 minimum and 20 medium security in less than 24 hours. In that time, we need to go and get a lot of stuff going. I'm going to first get started on the grants. I'm going to get the Basic Detention Center and Administration Center. So let's go and get those going right here. So first off, we got to build a holding cell, a shower, yard, kitchen, canteen, and we need to hire at least 2 guards and 2 cooks. First, I think I'll go and hire the 2 guards that we need, so that way we can get that out of the way, and hire the 2 cooks. Technically, they're not really needed right now because we don't got the kitchen, but that's fine. The 2 guards will be needed for the reception area, so that is something to keep in mind. So this is the deliveries area, so we're going to want to make sure that it is right around here. Now, because we are the warden, we are going to have a bit of a tough time here. What is this? Note page. Okay, I did not expect to find one of these, but I will just go ahead and close that out. Thank you. And we are actually on a very large plot. I think that the size of this plot is roughly 180 by 180 units. So it's pretty big for Prison Architect, and it is definitely big for a warden. So let's go ahead and just work on the area. I think that the center is typically right where this zone is. So I think what I'll do is I'm going to have a bit of this going on right here. I want this to be kind of like the outer wall, so that way this can be like a passageway for the guards or the other like staff members. Then right here, we are going to have a double wall. Let me go and just get rid of that bit. And we're going to do the same exact thing right here. Into here, we are going to have a couple things. So first off, I think one thing that I can do is actually get rid of that a little bit. Is I'm going to have the warden's office be right here at the very front of the building. It's only going to be accessible through this one spot right here. So it's going to be a very closed-in environment. There will one thing I will do when we get more guards is that there will always be a guard stationary inside of the administration center, which I think this is where it's going to be at. Next up, we want to focus on the area that is going to run reception. I think reception needs to be pretty decent in terms of size-wise is concerned. So we are going to want to first get started with our doors. Let's go ahead and get a large jail door in right there. That's going to be a perfect spot, actually. Get that right there instead, so that way it's a little bit outward. And I'll just put another wall bit right there, just to make it look like that you're kind of being funneled in to the actual prison. Now, we want to get this reception area sorted out quickly. So reception, we want a desk right here where you're actually going to be checked in and your file and paperwork and stuff is given off to the reception clerk or whoever it is. It can either be a prisoner or a officer, one of the two. Which it's always crazy doing it with a prisoner because they can cause trouble, to say the least. We're going to have a couple tables right along here that are going to house the actual, like, uniforms that these prisoners are going to need. Now, obviously, we have a door right here. This is going to be a staff door. This is going to access to, like, a security area that's going to be, like, right here. And potentially, it's going to access something else. I haven't determined what yet, though. We will have a staff door be right here. This will access, like, a staff room type area. I'm going to put a staff door. Well, actually, I don't need a staff door there. I can just put a regular door right there going into the office for our warden, ourselves pretty much. And I think we're just going to put one door right there. This is going to allow us to get access into this staff area. And let's see here. Go ahead and bring this out. Kind of have like a 3-wide corridor. And then we'll go and bring this corridor actually like this instead. This area right here can possibly be like another like set of offices. So this one could be like a accountant's office. And then this one, which I'm going to just do right now, is going to be like a, I don't know, I'm forgetting the word, the chief. Why am I forgetting the word? Also, that needs to be a regular door, not that door. Okay. And then let's go ahead and get a couple walls going over here. These walls are going to be primarily so that way the actual prisoners are kind of like funneled upward. So over here, we're going to have security. The actual security office itself, not the one for the chief, but the security office, be kind of like right here. This is going to be at the very front of the actual building. I am going to include, let's see here, which door we want. Not fence gate. I think I want a door. No. And I'll just do a staff door. Why not? We'll do a staff door right there, and then we'll do a bit of a wall coming along here. This entire staff room, not only are we going to have a couple desks right here. I'm going to do 2 sets of desks, even though you only really need one. I'm going to do 2 sets. We're going to have pretty much door control and CCTV right over here. And then I think what we're going to have is some phone taps over here. 2 phone taps I think is good enough. You're always going to want people monitoring what's going on inside of the prison. And just for like aesthetics sake, I'm going to put like armor or armory stuff right here. Like the armor that you would see inside of the armory. I don't know how else I can describe it. Here is going to be the most important part. This is going to be the holding cell. Kind of like right next to the actual security office, but I think that is perfectly fine. So let's go ahead and first, we want to grab a large jail door. Okay, we want you to be right there. And then we want to get, let's see, we want to bring this along here. And then we'll go ahead and just do a couple bits of beds right here. These beds are just going to be mostly just put out of the way, even though the holding cell doesn't need a bed. So let me go ahead and check here. Rooms, holding cell. Actually, it's not going to allow me to. Holding cell, though. Enclosed, indoors, needs just a toilet and bench. That's it. We don't need anything else. So that's perfectly fine. Obviously, I don't like the idea of it just being that much. I know that holding cells technically aren't really supposed to be glamorous at all, and they're only supposed to be temporary accommodation. But in the event that you're going to be in there for more than 24 hours, I don't want the actual prisoners inside of there to become disheartened at all. So with that, we will go ahead and set it up the way the game wants it to be set up, but I am going to have the beds on this wall right here. We'll just have it set up like that. And then we'll go and have a bench along here with another set of beds on the opposite side. Now, we will go ahead and have, let's see. We'll go and have just one toilet right there at the very edge. I don't think it's going to be needed to have more than one, but we might. Who knows? And right here, this is just the way this room is going to be. But we will go ahead and have a regular door right here. And this is going to go into the actual showers. This is going to be where the showers are going to be located for the holding cell. 4 wide. I don't want it 4 wide. I want it to be 3 wide. So there's enough space here for 8 prisoners to take a shower. I kind of want to double up and have shower heads along here, but at the same time I don't, because I want to keep the entryway to the doorway clear. Over here, I don't need to worry about any of that. So I think what I need to do, we need to worry about getting a kitchen and a canteen sorted out. Now, the kitchen and the canteen. The kitchen, I think we can have it attached to the administration area, mostly because it's close by to the front of the actual facility. So let's go ahead and get this going, shall we? Let's go ahead and make it roughly 3 in. No, actually do that. And just bring it out. And let's go ahead and put a sink at the back here. There is also going to be a trash can back here, so that way it's just easy access. Door, this one is going to include a staff door because I don't want prisoners going through this staff door into the staff-only area. That is something critical that I want to make clear right off the bat. Then we'll go ahead and have, let's see, 3 there, 3 there. Fridges and ovens, respectively, or cookers, or whatever you want to call them. And then we want to go and have a... Do we want regular door right there or staff door? I think we'll do staff door for the time being. And in the future, if we do something like kitchen fundamentals, where like the actual... I'm not too sure if it's kitchen fundamentals or something else, but if the actual prisoners get educated enough to go ahead and do kitchen basics, then yes, we will go and allow them inside of there for job hours. Here is where the kitchen is, or canteen is going to be. I think one thing we are going to need to do is put a jail door somewhere around here. So we will go and do that. We might actually put it right there, because that is backing into the actual reception area. And that means, potentially speaking, I'm trying to think of a good idea here. One thing I will go ahead and do is put some metal detectors right here at the front, right after the doorway, so that way they will get detected if they have any contraband, and also packages will get detected if it has contraband as well. So that's good. I didn't even think about that until just now. So we'll go and place a door right there that connects over into the kitchen. Granted, the people inside of the holding cell, they aren't going to like it too much, but they have the privacy of the people that are just inside of the holding cell. They don't really need to worry about anything else. Next up, let's go ahead and sort out what's going on in here. The canteen. What is needed inside of the canteen? Canteen needs serving tables, table, and bench. That's it. Nothing else. Nothing else. Okay. So these are going to be 3x4 grids right here. And I think we'll just have it go back to there for the moment. If I need to expand it, I will. But for the moment, I think that should be fine. We'll go and have it come along here. And granted, this doesn't look like it's enough space for the moment. but I think that we will have room to grow. And most likely we're going to end up having to make more kitchens in the future. So this is just like a starter kitchen, you could call it. Then we are going to want to have serving tables and a trash can down here. And then we'll put a large jail cell right there. We'll keep this one occupied. But obviously during the actual like hours for food, this is where people will be hanging out. Now, I think that's generally speaking it. We are going to need to have an area designated as a yard, but I think that's something I can work on in the future. But for now, I'm going to go and close this off and close that off. And we are going to go ahead and do this as sorted. Let's go and do some foundations here. We are going to want concrete. Yeah, go with a brick foundation and turn off auto lights. I hate using auto lights because I don't like the placement that the game does with auto lights. So that's my reasoning, and I'm sticking to it. We are going to go and do it like so. And we are going to want, let's see. We are going to want it to come out like this. And then just do the same thing right here. Let's go and grab us our doors. Oh, walls and doors, actually. And we want a large jail door just right there. That is going to act as the entryway into the actual jail. Or into this area. So now I'm going to run on 3x speed so that way our workers can go and get this area started off. Since this is the beginning of the build, it's not going to be fantastic. It's actually going to be very plain and boring. I am going to need to get lights as, frankly, we are going to need to get it as quickly as possible. Now, because we are also the Warden, Fog of War is going to be something that plays a major role here. Obviously, we will be seeing points throughout the day where we're not going to be well aware about where everyone is at, but over the course of time, like you can see right here, this actual light effect that we have around us is slowly going out. So we want to keep that in mind when we are having to work with everything. And I just want to make sure that there is nothing out of the ordinary happening around us. I'm just going to run this on 3x speed here, and I will most likely resume when they get the foundation built up. Okay, so it looks like they have finished laying down the foundation, and we are now seeing the aftermath of that. Obviously, it is very dark inside of this area for the moment, and we're not going to see much in terms of a change, but we do have to make sure that we got enough intake capacity. So first, let's go ahead and get some walls sorted out here. Since we are using brick, I am going to go ahead and get the brickworks going right now. And I'm just going to keep the time rolling as we can't really pause it. And I am going to get this sorted out here. And we're going to go ahead and get this area designated in the right rooms that we need to have separated for everyone. Now, in terms of intake capacity, I want to start with an intake capacity of 50. That's what I would consider to be ideal. I don't like the idea of us starting with less. Mostly because of the fact that, frankly, it doesn't seem like a good idea for us to start with less than 50. Now, doors-wise, I need to go and get a couple of doors in place. I could just wait until they're done with the foundations and let them work on that on their own. But let me go ahead and do one thing first. I want to go and clear the large jail door that's right there. And let's see, I think that is all of the jail doors. Yeah, I don't need to worry about any other jail doors because they are going to get them done for us. And this should be relatively quick, actually, so we shouldn't really have to worry about it too much. Also, did that actually get a piece? Yes, it did. It's just that it hasn't been built yet. We will go ahead and focus on lighting here in just a moment's time, but let me go ahead and go back into planning, do build plan. I don't really care, like, custom planning, like that's just placing all of the actual, like, not the walls, but it's actually placing all of the doors. So there's that. Let's go ahead and get objects going here, and I want to go and get some lights placed around. First off, let's go and get some lights around here. I kind of want them to be placed like every 4 units. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and do it right there as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do that, and we can do the same thing coming around here. Just getting one inside of each of these rooms, and we should be relatively good. I don't see any issues that we could potentially have at this point in time, but regardless, I think we should be well and off. Something that I did actually forget about, and I needed to remind myself of, is we almost forgot about our electricity situation. So we are going to need to focus on that here in just a moment's time. Oh, and there's actually going to be no lights in there, so I'm just going to place one light there, just because. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Put that right there. That one right there. That's fine. If I need to put another light in there, I will, but I don't think I need to. That should be good in terms of lighting. We'll adjust lighting situation as needed. So let's go and get the rooms sorted out here. And I think let's go ahead and get the holding cell right here. The shower along here. Then we want the kitchen to be right there. Canteen to be along here. And then we want to put a reception. Where's reception? Right here. We want that to be right here, and I'm going to extend it to be right there as well. Security, I actually need research security, so I need to get my office made as well. So let's go ahead and get the offices placed down in here. And I think that's all that we can go and do for the time being. Now, something that I am going to do right off the bat, just because we need it like pronto, is I'm going to go and build the actual like power station that we're going to need to build, or we're going to need to have build. So this is a 5 wide. That's actually perfect. So we're going to be able to put the power output right there with the water pumping station right there. We might be able to get a boiler right here, something like that. I'm not too sure. I'll have to work it out. But we can go and get a, let's see. I want to put a staff door right there, potentially. No, actually, this is going to be a pure staff area, so no way is there going to be the possibility for prisoners to get over here. So let's go ahead and do brick. Let's just go ahead and do it like, do this, and then I want to go and get a door right there. There we go. There we go. There we go. They'll get started on that here momentarily. Now let's go ahead and get my office sorted out here. Also, they decided to make these with concrete walls. I need to go and fix that. Let's go ahead and go into objects, and we want to go and get a desk for myself, a chair, a filing cabinet, and I think that's it. I think I will go ahead and get a, let me see here. Where is window? Window, yes. So let's go ahead and get a window just right there. I want this so that way I can go and look outside here. And that way it's going to be easier for me to take a look around the actual property. I'm going to do the exact same thing over here. I want to go ahead and clone. Actually, go back to walls real quick, and I want you guys to replace these walls with concrete walls. What were you thinking? I know what you were thinking. You were thinking the game, what the game told you to think. That should be good. I need to go around and check to see what other walls that potentially got missed. Now, another reason why I want to have the security area so close by is I want to be able to go into the security office, and the one thing that you can do as the warden is you can go ahead and check cameras. So that is something that is going to be critical for not critical, but it is going to be extremely helpful. It will allow you to check cameras, but the only sad part is that it only allows you to check cameras that are within vicinity of the actual like warden itself. As far as I'm aware, if I am wrong about that, then I will find out momentarily. At least when we do get security. So they are working on my office right now. Thank you. Let me go ahead and head over to the electrical room, which thankfully they have already built up. Let's go into utilities here, grab a power station, and grab a water pumping station. We can also go and get a... Why is that capacitor just doing that? I don't know why it's doing that. We'll go ahead and wait for a moment while they go and get that sorted out. I'm going to go on 2x speed here. And here's my office. Perfect. I also want to go ahead... I think I can go ahead and just do research for finance. Now, if I leave my office... Yeah, I'm still going to be doing the research. So it doesn't matter where I'm at inside of the building. I'm always going to be doing research. That is perfect for me. So let's go ahead and do this, shall we? We are going to just go and do the exact same layout as we did prior. And we are going to make things work in our favor. Okay, that is all for there. Now we got the kitchen. Awesome, and electricity has popped up for part of the actual area. So let's go and get a sink right here. And then we'll go and get a bin there, as well as we want... Let's see, we want a couple fridges. I'm going to put them along this wall. And I'm going to just place 2 for the moment. And then I want 2 cookers. That should be good for the most part. And yeah, it does look like these guys are well and good, and at least in good hands, that is. Let's go ahead and let's see here. And is there a room called like utilities? No, there is not. So I can't really designate this room as utilities, but when I get deployment, I will go and designate this room as like off limits or something like that. That is one thing that I really hope the developers decide to add to the game at some point. I don't know when they plan on doing that, but I really hope they do. Mostly because I want to make sure that I can have my actual, like, let's see. I want to make sure that I can have... yeah, go up to right there. That is all of our pipe, all of that included. Let's go ahead and grab you as well. And we'll just go ahead and bring out you. And there we go. And we're going to bring it up to there. Okay, that seems perfectly fine. Oh, and we are already... Why are we overpowered? Switch on. Okay, max units is 100, current units 43. I think it's because of the fact that these are already connected, potentially. Let me go and actually get 2 more capacitors then. They are pretty pricey, but capacitors should be fine. 43 is what we currently got. Let me go ahead and connect these up. They should just connect easily. And I'm going to go ahead and prioritize this one first, so that way we can test to see how these ones are. Because I know that the fridges take up less power than the actual cookers, but I still want to know if they are what they need to be. We are still researching finance as well. That is going to take us another 5.5 hours in, or as far as in-game time. But I think I am going to leave off this episode here, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys did like this episode and you guys kind of like the pace that I'm going at with this, definitely let me know down in the comment section. What I'm going to do between episodes is I'm going to go and get this research done, and we are also going to wait on our new prisoners to come in. I'm also going to work on getting the cells that we need sorted out. Anyway, I'll see you guys inside that next episode. Ciao for now.